Howdy everyone, and welcome back to the New Geeks Out channel. I'm switching up the intro just a little bit today to see if I can figure out how to solve that mild audio issue that's been happening in it, but if it doesn't work, it just doesn't work. New Gojira single just dropped, it's a lyric video this time, and this one is going to just full-on be done Reactor Hub and not. The past two, I tried to do it normal and it got blocked, so I'm just going ahead and doing Reactor Hub this time, so hop down to the description and there'll be a link to that when we get to the reaction portion, which is right now, so let's just hop into that. 3, and 2, and 1, and go. Into the storm. Good drums building up right there. Train bell. That's a great riff right there. Well, it's a great example of their, like, just seamless mix between, like, these growls, these cleans really coming together into the same vocals. I don't know how they do it, but I love it. That was cool. Still sounds like a bell alarm thing at a when a train's coming. Yeah, that was really good. I mean, that was phenomenal. Like, I'll get to what I was gonna say after I talk about the lyrics, but and I can go in and dive into these since I read them already or saw them already or whatever, being a lyric video. But I mean, this is nothing as crazy as some of the stuff they've done. I read it as a fairly simple call to arms, like, hey, you got this thing you're fighting for. It is time to go and fight for it. Enough sitting around saying, "I'll get to this. I'll do this later." Go and do it, because you need to go do this. Everyone, this is like awakening right at the beginning. Like the first line after just the go. I mean that is just that awakening within you. And then they're burning before it's really combat, and it's not it's awakening now. It's talking about this has awoken in you, and you need to acknowledge that. Wake, change your course. They'll also follow, and that's just alright. So you're going this way, which isn't really going to anything. You got to go this way, which is where everything is. That kind of thing. That you got to change your course so you're on the path for change and all that. And then restart, reactivate the core is just, hey, you were talking about finding for this before, you talked about acting on this before, you gotta go back to that and actually do it. Now, rise, I mean, that, nothing fancy there, it's just rise. You know, there's really nothing I can say about it, just rise up. I mean, everyone knows what that means. I really can't go in depth into that, but yeah, you've come out now, you're awake now. Thank you for your contribution, Mr. Stinkbug. I mean, and it's, like, calling back to the awakening thing, it's like, this thing within you, this thing you're fighting for, is back. It is come out, it is awake, and that is part of you, it is you. And then put your fist in the air, you know, very calm, you know, raise your fists up and fight that whole thing. Again, another one that I can't really go in depth in because everyone already knows exactly what that means, I would hope. You're hiding, now you throw yourself into the storm. That, again, calls back into it. Hiding from the conflict, or wanting things to change but not wanting to experience change, or whatever it is you're hiding from, you were hiding it. But now it's, you go and enough is enough, I'm going at this, I'm doing it, throwing yourself into the storm, directly into this conflict in order to make this change. The flames, I mean, I don't know exactly what to say with that. I imagine it is just a reference of the conflict in general, and then gather your strength, raise your eyes. I mean, that is very self-explanatory, just gaining strength and raising the eyes up to whatever the goal is. And then, fear not the demons you're up against, sort of, they may be able to harm you, but they can't permanently do anything. You are stronger than them, you don't need to fear them because you're fighting for something good, that kind of thing. Now that you've dove down, found the bottom begging for air, you've hit rock bottom, you know how bad things can get, and now you know why you need to fight. How sad, how long it takes us to rise and fight. I mean, that is very true. It takes us a very long time to fight back against something. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to avoid bullying, but if I was at school and someone was bullying me, I wouldn't do anything because I'm not a confrontational person, and I probably wouldn't do anything at all, but I really should because, you know, they're bullying me and that ain't cool, and they gotta stop. But then it goes back into, yeah, you come out all of that, and then there's the last little bit that I haven't talked about, flames dancing in the open, you step into the light, and I think there are two things, with that. Stepping into the light, flames dancing in the open, the light and the flames are the same thing, so you're stepping directly into the combat, or the conflict, whichever would be the more appropriate term, whichever you prefer, I suppose. And then you step into the light beyond that. The light is often considered, sort of, the dark is considered the bad, the light is considered the good, light could reveal the truth, many things like that, so stepping into the light could also be seen as achieving whatever your goal is. And then right at the end, Storm, again, that's that whole thing of going back into that conflict. And, I mean, this is the first one in a while that I've had a lot of stuff to say on, and I'm really thankful for that, because I love going into this stuff, and I haven't been able to do it very much. That was good. So, hopping into the music, as far as the singles Gojira released from this this album before, it's gotten better each time. There's Another World, I think that's off of this one. That was actually the first Gojira song I heard. I didn't do a reaction to it because that was before I had this channel. But that one, I was like, oh, this is pretty good. I like Gojira, I'll check out more of their stuff. And then, of course, I went to, I think Flying Whales was the next one I heard, because it was Flying Whales, everyone talks about that one. And then there's Born for One Thing released, which is pretty good. I'd say it's better than Another World. There's just not much to Another World. That one is pretty good. Not much as far as vocals. I should probably clarify that. And then Amazonia comes along, like, whew, this is good. And then this one came along, and this one blew me away. The thing I loved the most about this one is it was a slower song. It was still, fast paced, and I was definitely headbanging to it, but it was not as insane as some of the ones they have, and it definitely had to me a bit more of, I don't know, almost a melancholy feel to it. It's not quite, dark or sad, but it just has a hint of that, and I really like that as a shift from the other stuff. I mean, like, the guitars, the drums, the vocals, all that, I mean, I already pointed out all the stuff I loved about those. I guess the main riff was very good. The vocals were good. I still just absolutely love how they can seamlessly blend unclean and clean vocals into the same vocals, instead of, like, say, with Nay Oblivious Scars, you've got unclean vocals going like this, clean vocals going like this, and then they sort of dance around each other, which is amazing, but these are the same vocals, and I don't know how it's done, but I absolutely love it. The drums, the bass, I mean, it's all good, but in the previous Gojira reactions, I've already talked about that stuff. I don't know what new I could add. And, I mean, all the stuff that really stood out to me I already mentioned within the reaction portion of the video, so I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry. Someone was talking downstairs, and I didn't want to talk and have that come in. I think I've said all I have to say on this. I can't think of anything more any more thoughts I had, so as always, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like, subscribe if you want to see more, and comment down below with your own feedback, your thoughts on the song, anything you want me to react to, stuff like that. Tomorrow, because this will be going out on a Tuesday, Tuesday will be the release of Wien's solo album, and tomorrow, which will be Wednesday when you're seeing this, I will have a reaction out to, I think it's Watercolor is the single that's going to be released off of that. I'm not sure, but whatever it is, there'll be a reaction to that. So all of you who like the K-pop reactions, there'll be another good one for you. And then later in the week, I'll probably Friday or Saturday, I'll try to have out an album review, which I should be able to put it out pretty quick, because it's only like 6 or 7 tracks, and I don't think I'll have a ton to say, but both of those I plan on having either this week or the beginning of next week, so be on the lookout for those. And in the description there will be a link to the song, so you can go check it out and support the artist, and to my official link tree, which will have my Instagram for this account in it, and my Discord server, so join the server if that interests you. There's some good stuff going on there, and follow the account for upload announcements and behind the scenes stuff and things like that. And that's going to do it. Once again, thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll be seeing ya.